Autumn Prince leading this field. The girls 3,200 meter run in Class 1A. Prince from Sylvan Lucas, a 12:06 so far this year. Far and away the fastest, of course. Leah Granados has gone 12:50 as well. But really, Autumn Prince, clearly the class of this field here. We'll see how this all plays out. So, Leon, lots of different strategy here. If you're one of the faster kids, you know you're one of the faster kids. You can sit back and just let things fall into place, or you can try to get out in front and try to take as many people out of the equation as you can. You don't want to get tripped up. You don't want to get caught up in anybody's mistakes. So the best thing to do is get out in front and just sit out there. If that is your seat time and you're one of the fastest kids, with some working margin, that's probably what you're going to want to do.
And for people who don't know, Rod Zook, former long-distance runner, and you this is your expertise.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far, but it's just something that just got to put along. Well, it comes down to strategy. You know, how much energy do you want to expend early? And of course, some of these kids, some of them may come back in the mile tomorrow. We've seen some of these kids in these smaller schools come back and not only run the 2 mile or the 3,200, but run the 1,600, drop down again and run the 800. And there's still a matter of 4x8s tomorrow as well. So if you're in some of the smaller schools, this may not be your only race. So you have to take that into account when you know just how much energy and effort you want to expend here to make sure you get to your position and get to where you are seated. But right now, just 2:04 at the 600 meter mark.
And again, out front is Autumn Prince from Sylvan Lucas. And this, once again, not a preliminary. This is the finals. This is for the state championship in the 3,200. And that's how we started our day, and that's how we're going to finish our day. Early this morning at 7:45, 4A boys and girls 3,200, and then the 5A and 6A followed up. And then all the preliminaries in between all the classes, and now we finish off with the 3,200 finals in Class 1A and 2A and 3A, and this is the Class 1A.
Yeah, just very relaxed, no panic, no urgency whatsoever, and no reason to, just very smooth.
16 runners.
Went through in 2:51, so
now
8 trips around the track.
We're not looking at anything out of the ordinary here so far. It's very, very steady. We want to know the discrepancy in some of this in Class 1A. We talked about Autumn Prince, who's gone 12:06, and then Haley Keller is a full 2 minutes and 25 seconds off that pace. So there is a little discrepancy here in Class 1A.
Autumn Prince is the heavy favorite.
She carries a pretty heavy bat. So
by the way, the all-time 1A record in this state track and field meet in this event in the 3,200. Jackie Struckoff from Grinnell back in 1983, and you mentioned the Struckoff's a familiar name.
Oh yeah,
in Grinnell, and there you go.
Monique, Jackie, Shauna, the rest of the gang.
Her time was 10:57.3 back in 1983. That record certainly held up. 35 years ago.
Monique Struckoff, just a little bit younger than, or a little bit older than her, was a great high jumper in junior college. National qualifier several times. Yeah, there's been a pile of them, and of course you look at all of these from somewhere back, and we talk about now, of course, Kaylee Lowe from Girard, who just had that great meet last year. And we talked about Molly Warren, who's still here, I believe, in Class 6A. But the rest of it is from way back. Janet Haskins from Onega in Class 2A in 1988. Allison Decker, what can you say? She was about everything. Her and the Mortimer girls, led by Amy Mortimer, up there in Raleigh County.
On to K-State.
Have all had
terrific career.
Yep, all had great careers. So.
Yeah, Kaylee Logue a year ago in Class 4A. We talked about her earlier today when we had the 4A 3,200, and she was just dominant last year.
For that gentleman holding the pole vault standard, step out of the way. Standing on the track. Thought releasing traffic was coming. No harm. So we are well underway here in the first of 6 races of the 3,200 meters. Think, oh, it's the last event, but it is still quite a bit of time here. We're looking at well over an hour of track and field left to go here in our broadcast as we get, sorry, Leon has put in a long day, and I'm not exactly sure what time Leon was here, but I'm guessing it was probably somewhere between 5:30 and 6:30.
It was around 6:30, not as early as Mark Ewing, who I think, he says he didn't, but I have a sneaky suspicion he stayed here all night.
Well, he might have, but
he's talking about watching the beautiful sunrise coming up over Cessna Stadium, and I wasn't here for the sunrise. He said he got a great parking spot there.
Well, that's one thing I didn't get. They have the lot for the media, and that thing was pretty much untouchable by about 8 o'clock. So
again, way back early this morning, it was kind of some ominous clouds in the east and northeast. It is a beautiful blue sky right now, though. Wow,
well, it is absolutely clear, and if you look out to the west, there is no clouds to be found. So it is. Everything is good.
Look for a great
good shot of the sky.
Great shot of the sky, and look for a great day tomorrow. Championship Saturday, and a lot of terrific athletes competing for the state titles.
Well, it is really all about winning. My hero was a man named Ayrton Senna, and his best quote was, "You must make the compromise to win, or else nothing." And that means you either race or you don't. And that pretty much rings true when you get to tomorrow. You either race or you don't, you throw or you don't, or you jump or you don't. And they all ring true tomorrow, because really winning is the only thing when you get here tomorrow, is standing up on that podium. And if you can get to the top step and help your team towards what could be a possible state team title, it speaks volumes. Here we are.
Autumn Prince, as expected. A big performance for young lady from Sylvan Lucas.
Notice her hands are very high. She's not going to move them. She's not using any energy there. Some people like to keep them down by your side and relax. She likes to just keep them right up here. You see her kind of shaking her arms a little bit, trying to...
A little smile there at somebody.
Keep the cobwebs out a little bit. She was watching herself on the big screen. That's it.
Yeah, we all do that. That's pretty cool.
Well, I never got to see myself on the big screen because it was obscured by people who were a lot taller and faster than I was.
I never had a big screen to look at.
7:53 here, so not bad. Starting to stretch the lead out just a little bit. See the rest of the field making their way as well. She's probably going to start lapping. In fact, she is going to start lapping some kids here in just a little bit. Next lap or two. Kelly Lowe last year, that was just amazing. 10:28. An outstanding time.
She got so far ahead of it got confusing to keep up where she was exactly
lapping,
in the race.
She was lapping kids over and over again in that race. And this is not easy today. I know there are some kids that are running 12, 13, running 13 and 14, but this is not easy. This is a tough meet. It is humid out there. It is hot out there. And like you said, well, it's only in the 80s. It's not that bad. Well, when you're running, take that 80 degrees and then you add about 40 to whatever the ambient temperature is, and that's about what you're feeling inside when you're running. So if you're looking at 80 outside, you're looking at about 120 internally, and that starts getting pretty uncomfortable after a while. And we talked about the turf and how lucky we are that this is natural grass.
You're going way back to talk about the artificial
grass
turf
because
there was a time when there was artificial turf on this field.
If you run around a track with artificial turf and you are in lane 1, I mean, it is a noticeable difference from lane 8. When you start, if you're one of the outside and you're running the 800 or the 400 or something like that, and you make the break, you start getting closer. It's just like slowly walking your way into an oven, because it is significantly hotter on the inside lanes closer to that turf than it is outside.
Autumn Prince well on her way to winning the gold medal here in the 3200 Class 1A girls.
Starting to lap a couple of kids. She's just been solid, just going about her business. Very relaxed. Nice turnover. Heading towards the Grandstand side of the stadium again, on the front stretch. And she'll have a lap to go. No pressure and no hurry. Just wants to keep things going here.
Good shot.
Hits the line at 10:32.
One more.
I believe it is 1 lap left.
And our leader
should be
1 lap to go.
It's on our way to 300 meters to go. You're looking at running just a little over 12. It's that 300-meter mark right there. Very relaxed, really not using her arms at all, Leon, just keeping them up at her chest.
Yeah, she's
very,
had
very
much
smooth.
the same look on her face, the same body position this entire race, very consistent.
Sure, that's what you want. Starting to pick up the pace just a little bit, but you want to be just as consistent as you can.
Kicking in now, knowing that she's coming down that stretch, and
well, that's always a great feeling, knowing that you're just about at the end of your
some
run.
Cheers, perhaps, and
you talk about anticipation of running, and if you've been fortunate enough to ever lead a race at the end, if you're in the lead, that finish line cannot get there fast enough. You try to not think about, oh, this is just going to feel so good if I cross the line in first. You just try to just block that out and just keep yourself running and not let your brain start to fade or wander off any. But she's just been very solid. She's going to run about 12:07 right here. It's going to be an excellent time, especially when you're running by yourself.
And there it is. Autumn Prince goes on to win. Dominating fashion, the 3,200 meter Class 1A title. Young lady from Sylvan Lucas. Hopefully we'll get a chance to hear from her. She is now a state champion.
Kristen Beckman in 6th place.
A few deep breaths.
That's the whole key there. You want to start feeling better. You see the time officially 12:08 and 5. Autumn Prince from Sylvan Lucas with a nice solid run here in the girls 1A 3,200 meters. Whole idea right now, just slow down your breathing. Just try to slow down, get yourself back in order. You don't want to try to hyperventilate or breathe really fast and deep, because that can kind of make you not feel all that well. So you just try to slow down your breathing and just keep yourself in line as the rest of the field continues to run and finish. We're going to have one person still has 1 lap to go yet, so we're going to have a couple of minutes here before we get things underway in this next race.
The next race will be the Class 2A girls. And so we wrap up this Class 1A 3,200 final. 16 runners in each race, so kind of stretching and stringing it out a little bit as they're finishing up.
And of course, all eyes in this 2A race on Helen Giefer from Waukene Trigo Community. She has eclipsed the 12-minute mark. She's gone 11:57, and so she certainly is there. You took it to Hallie Johnson from Bennington, who's gone 12:10. So yeah, there's plenty there. And of course, J.C. Bath from Lincoln, she's gone 12:15. She's been at 12:15 this meet. So this one, while there may be a little bit of discrepancy from first and second, third through sixth is going to be very tight. There'll be a lot of good kids running in this race, as you see everyone finishing. Just try to stay upright, keep your breathing down, and see if you can just stay as relaxed as possible. It's not easy. See the award stand. Great place to be. Comes the last couple of kids finishing.
Yeah, still wrapping up this 1A 3,200 final. And again, your winner and dominating fashion, Autumn Prince, wins the gold. I was going to give up for these final runners as they don't give up. There it is, as Prince wins 12:08.05. And then Kuckelman from Axtell finishing second. That is Olivia Kuckelin.
See the rest of the field.
Rest of the field in the 3,200.